In this video, we are going to learn about props. So what is props? Now let's understand the props from an example. So here is a simple React component app and a component child. App component have some HTML tags like div and h1 as you can see here, and we have passed some attributes like id is equal to heading and class name is equal to app in those HTML tags. But see, there is a child tag as well, which is not a default HTML tag. We have created this component ourselves. So how can we pass an attribute like id is equal to heading and class name is equal to app like that, something in the child component? And how can we access that attribute from inside the child component and displays it in the UI or access it in the JSX? So now let's see by doing this in a code. So here is a code same as that of in presentation. So now let's pass some attributes here in our component and see how can we access it in the component below. So I will be passing name is equal to Alex from here. So we need to access this name is equal name inside of our this component. So just like a function that accept arguments, we can accept one argument here called props. So I everybody name it as a props. So I also named it as a props, but you can name it anything. So by starting a curly braces, I can access that props method, props argument here, and from props I can extract name. So what will happen, how these props get this name, I will explain it. So now let's do something here we get Alex, and now let's write age props dot age. So this age is not passed as an attribute, so let's pass it. Age is equal to, like, I will pass it 15. So now what React does is React collects all the attributes of our component and make it as an object. So how it look like is like this: name Alex, age 15. Now React make all the attributes object like this and send it in the argument of the component we are rendering here. So we can access it like this inside the component. So now let's run it and see whether it works or not. So to run it, I will write npm start and it should open my browser. So here we got Alex age 15 as expected, right? So let's make two more children where we pass John age 20 and Jan age 12. So now let's see our output. So we got as expected Alex, John, Jan, and now what happened is we have made one component dynamic, like we can pass attributes and it will render whatever the value is there in the attribute. So now is that it about the props? So there is one more thing left to say. So what is that is we can even pass something like this: child, right? And I won't do anything in there, and what I do is I will make a paragraph here and I will write Jan is 75 years old. See, I write something like this, and I will comment it for now because I'm not passing name and age here in this component. So what we can do here is like in between opening and closing tags of any component, if we have something there, then what React does is React send this component as a children attribute. Children is equal to React do something like this. So we can access the children props inside the function here. So now let's reset that and see by accessing the children here. Now let's see the result. So here result is Jan is 75 years old, which is what we have expected. So this is all for now in props. We will meet in another lesson.